This Korean Challenger player has worked out Briar, okay? Starting to pop off in Challenger. Great KDAs, 1v9 in the games. And a few others in Korea starting to work out this champion as well. Whenever a new champion comes out and released has a little bit of a high skill expression, it has a 30% win rate. And then a little Redditor, oh, I'm a little Redditor, it has 30% win rate, it needs buffs. It did actually get buffed, but it's actually over buffed. I'm not kidding, the champion is very strong at the moment. Fuck Redditors, no offense, don't like them. And these Korean players are starting to really catch on to the champion, okay? It is a very high-skilled champion. You can't be dumb. Yes, it has a self-taunt champion where you can take your hands off the keyboard and it'll kill them for you. But that doesn't mean that it is a brainless champion, okay? So we start the W, then we go into the E. Early clear, it's not the fastest clear. Essentially, your ability is going to be giving you a bleed type effect. Think of Darius. Just bleeds them out. And then the W, guys, it's like a self-taunt. You click it, it dashes. If anything's in your field of view, prioritizing champions, you will not be able to do anything. You can't click. You're taunted onto them. Blood frenzy. Like, you grab onto them. Okay, your Q, point and click stun. And then your E, okay? It's like your E is like a Kiana ult that has a charge. And if it lands on terrain, you'll stun them. Like that. And then the ultimate, it's like an Ash arrow. And if you land it across map, your champion is going to fly no matter what. Even if they're an enemy base, you will follow it. That is probably where most people are inting. That's where I see people in my games where I just want to grab them through the monitor and say, hey, buddy, what the hell are you doing? You want me to take you out back and see what, you know, mistakes, see what trouble your mistakes have gotten you into? Probably not. You probably don't want that. Or maybe you do. I don't know. You may be a sick little puppy. As we get into the clear, no points into Q as of yet. We're just power farming, looking for level 4. This is Korean Challenger, by the way. And the build path might surprise you. I've been seeing some like lethality builds come out. I've been seeing some incorrect shit, mathematically completely wrong. And at the moment, it's more of a bruiser build, okay? We're thinking of Stride Breaker, Death Dance, Black Cleaver. This is kind of the situation we're looking for. Become a very bruiser-heavy champion. We get the Conqueror stacks fully gone. And then we just unleash. So early game at the moment, okay, nothing really happening so far. It's exactly what we want on Briar. If you're in something like a Nidalee, they will run you to town, okay? It's not super strong in the early game. Don't get it twisted. We path our way down to a bot lane for a gank. Only back in Australia at the moment, by the way. Been away for a bit. I scheduled some videos for release when I'm over in Korea. Finally back in Australia for a little bit ahead of Worlds. And then I might head back over to Korea for a bit. As we're getting a nice gank off the Q into the flash. You can see it's a little bit awkward there. We do have the E. Just looking for the Q again. Coming up. Get ready. Hop in. Grab it. It's a kill. The cleanest of kills, but it does work. As I just noticed, the enemy Yone is P-Zhang. Best Yasuo in the world. Maybe best Yone. As the Poppy looks for the traditional mid lane gank. Play safe mid as... Oh, that was just an easy kill, wasn't it? That's a 2-for-1. I don't think hard shoving that was going to really accomplish much. We'll topside clear. We got a beautiful start in the early game. You can see. Trying to keep pace with Poppy. I think Poppy is such an underrated champion in solo queue. You play Poppy top. You play it jungle, you play it mid, you play it sup. 4 roles, I guarantee you'll probably climb. Top 5 most underrated champions for climbing, Poppy. I've got a lot of other pocket picks that I might slowly release to you guys. But I'm not going to give you all my secrets away. We get the base. Tempo, very solid. A high level game. I'm recognizing a lot of players when I was in Korea. Don't ask me what happened in my last week in Korea. Did I play Kiana? Did I play Yasuo? I did. Did my account get banned? I guess we'll never know. We'll never know what happened to my account. But there's Koreans still chasing me for that, apparently. Not happy is what they were saying. But, well, I don't know Korean. I can't read Korean. Translator, sometimes the translating thing was off. Maybe they were saying, hey, really, like, good try. You tried your best, and that's all you can do in life, etc. Maybe they were saying that. But they probably weren't. They're probably flaming me and telling my mother to go and die. We look to wrap around. Very bot-oriented. If you have a Nautilus, like, why not gank bot? I just see so many junglers and so many players are just confused. Like, where do I go? If you have a CC sup like Blitz, like Nautilus, just run to the bot lane. It's guaranteed, right? Top lane, they have a Gwen just gonna run away. Yone gonna run away. Just go down bot. Nautilus hook is the entire bot lane. Literally the whole bot lane panel. It's like League is such a simple game. I say this a million times, even as a Korean challenger. You know, just dumb it down. The game is very simple. Everyone overthinks it. It's not as complex as you think, okay? People just think like when you get the diamond, you know, from plat, they go, oh, or whatever the new rank is. Oh my god, these guys are so good. They're doing everything, and then now I got to go here, and then this is how. It's not that deep, bro. Not that deep. Zhang comes across. I don't know if he stole that chicken. Almost level 6 here, and this I've actually seen a couple of top laners like shout out to Dratut playing Briar top lane, because the ultimate, it's global. It's like an Ashe ult. So if you're able to be top lane and you just run your ultimate down to bot lane, you can gank bot from top off an ult. I don't know what the cooldown is. I actually have no idea what the cooldown of this is, but if it's 2 to 3 minutes, probably not worth it. But if it's low, I guess we'll see when this guy ends up using it. I love watching Korean challenger junglers play. You watch the game and it makes sense. And then when I play jungle, I just feel like there's a puzzle and I can't complete it. Like I'm missing 2 pieces and I'm 3 steps behind. It's quite annoying. We hit the ultimate, cross map. Look at the minimap. I don't have the spectator. Does it land? Don't think it landed. No, it didn't. That's so unlucky. But do you see the idea of these cross maps? At this point, you're farming the objective, and then you try and cross map with your ultimate. Unfortunately, the problem is, this is what the problem is. If it lands, you have to take it. Like, it's such an inability, because imagine you run it now and then you miss Herald. Like, it's not worth it. And that's why I think, number 1, the win rate's so low. Number 2, there's like the self-taunt. It feels like you have 500 ping. It's a little bit clunky. Like, I think this champion doesn't feel smooth at all. And I think that's... I always say this a billion times about game design. I want champions that feel smooth, you know? Champions, for me, that feel smooth. I think of things like Lucian, like Ezreal. What else feels smooth? Like, Orianna, to me, feels smooth and buttery with my abilities. There's a lot of smooth champions. Jhin. But then you just get some clunky champions, like reworked Aurelion felt clunky. Even just Talia sometimes feels clunky now. And then, yeah, this champion feels a little bit clunky as well. I am an advocate for smooth feeling champions. What I like. Gives me satisfaction to play even when losing. Kill away the red. Great tempo, by the way. Great tempo. If we can hustle one more kill, this game is absolutely carryable. 1v9. The Gwyneth flash. Oh, that's awkward. That's so awkward. Q stun. E doesn't land. And this was a very bad gank. This was a very, very, very bad gank. You can see what the idea was. As we do hit the ultimate, it lands on Poppy. That's going to be followed. Waits for it. Q gets the stun. Gets the kill. Are we able to get double? We are. And like the healing on this champion has massively inbuilt healing. Where you, especially when you get the item like Death Dance later on, Stride Break, like you are going to surprise yourself and be like, oh, I'm dead here. And then you're like, oh, no, I'm not. I'm full. I'm full health. I think it has something to do with the Q. This champion, it's like, no offense to Riot, and like, obviously I'm not dumb. But like, bro, I am not reading the Lord of the Rings trilogy on the abilities, okay? I'm sick of it. I want to read Malphite, Unstoppable Force. Unstoppable Force. You know? I want to read Lucian Dash. Like, I don't want to have to read 17, 5, 7 burn, and then if it does this, it's too much for me. I can read, don't get it twisted. People say, hey, that's because you can't read. You know, my reading skills may not be the best, but they're not the worst. I've seen children struggle in kindergarten. Not that I'm taking note of children in kindergarten. Anyways, we hit the Stride Breaker. We're on our way towards, hopefully, the Death Dance of the Black Cleaver here. Pretty tight game, 11-7. This action is starting to run away with it, which I like. There's, by the way, another underrated, it's not even underrated champion. Akshan is the most disgusting champion in solo queue. I'm sorry. There is so many inflated Korean mid laners in above Masters to Challenger in Korea. There's like 100 Akshan players who are really bad, right? Without Akshan, they're Diamond 4. They're probably an Emerald or whatever the hell it is. But because they play Akshan, who's per ultimate, does it land? Doesn't land. We need to be landing these ults because of how stupid the champion is. Oh my god. Oh my god. We charge the E though. We escape. Poppy flash. Terrible flash. Made a little bit of an oopsie there. I thought we were going to die, but we were just a little bit too survivable. And I think you can use the Stride Breaker during the W Frenzy, by the way. And don't get it twisted, and maybe do get twisted. Don't. There's a Korean challenger player playing this mid lane as well. He only has a pretty low win rate, 50%, but some games he's still carrying. So I'm not saying to do it. I'm not saying not to do it with the little Briar mid lane. That's all I'm going to say. As we get a double. And we get a little bit of a wipe here from blue side. Enemy team way overextended. And I think lane Briar's, it could work. I don't want to advocate any wrongdoings and ruin people's solo queue games, because that's not the type of guy or content creator I am. But, hey, test it out. The Dragon will be started. W max, by the way. W is the taunt. It does a shit ton of damage. Like, don't get it twisted. When you use the W and you just take your hand off the keyboard, it does a shit ton. And you don't even need to click. But I can just imagine how awkward it is in a fight. To not be able to, like, stop for 5 seconds. 5 seconds self-stun is just, like, I don't know. This is the biggest taunt or stun taunt in the game, right? Like, it's the biggest CC in the game. 5 seconds. The fuck is that? We go berserk. I believe you do get, like, there's like a berserk, like, I still don't know. There is like, well, I think it's 60, I don't know how much percent attack speed. You do get attack speed buff. You do get, like, when you are ultimate, lands, here we go, we're following it, coming in. We get that little assist. And you can't tell me this jungle is weak. I'm hoping we get some like 1v2, 1v3 plays coming in soon. And don't, like, these players, this guy, oh, there's a TP behind, that guy's screwed. As we get the Black Cleaver. Okay, Black Cleaver done now. I guess it makes sense because you hit the W, the Frenzy, and you just bop, 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 and then they have no health. Your Q, by the way, is a point and click stun, but it also gives armor shred. Armor pen. So, whoever you use that on, if you have a Black Cleaver on top of it, you're doing true damage. There's no way that they are going to be building armor and being tanky. It's not a thing that will be happening as we get the jungle item completed. Happy days. Herald's up. And the enemy team does have a Gwen, does have a Yone. So, as we know, these champions are what is called bullshit champions. If you make one mistake, they'll probably 1v5 the game. Even Xayah can be a bullshit champion. I hate it. It just simply can, you know? A Xayah... I say Xayah, like Xayah compared to Caitlyn, but... I've been seeing some Caitlyn's lately doing really well. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing some Caitlyn Ashes pop off in the bot lane. But, no. I feel like if you're an 80 carry at the moment and you're playing something that doesn't have a dash, or something that has like some sort of God. If you don't, like, if you're playing Samira, you're playing Xayah, you're playing Kai'Sa, these champions are just so good in solo queue. As we throw the ultimate, does it land? It does, but it lands on Rakan, I believe. We're gonna follow it into the Rakan. We hit that frenzy, hit that Q. No, we haven't. Have we hit it yet? Oh my god, that shred. As we get bopped back by the Popstar. And the ultimate is only a 1 minute cooldown, guys. It's actually low as hell. Look at the Akshan in the top lane, by the way. Absolutely shredding the base. 8-0 here. Flash. Oh my god. I don't even know. We're 10-0. Like, it just... What does it feel like? I'm trying to... Like, it's reminding me of a champion, but I don't know who. As we're going for a 1v2 play here, we might have bit off more than we could chew. Pizang, he misses. Pizang gets absolutely everything. As... Do we heal? Oh my god. I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening. I did not even know what's happening there. I thought we were dead. We weren't dead. We healed. Yeah, who's it reminding me of? Oh. Like Samira? Samira meets... It's like a 2-champion combo? Sure. It's reminding me of something, but I don't know. Beautiful pick up there by Ari. And blue team starting to run away with the game here. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god. When you need to sneeze and it doesn't come out, Jesus Christ, dude. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. It just feels like I had something really important to do as we throw the ultimate, and then I don't... Nice, it lands, and then I don't get to do it. It doesn't seem like this guy really charges the E-stun that often, you know? He just uses a little one. It's not near terrain. As we move in, we get popped. We'll head back. What the hell is the W cooldown now? And I'm still waiting for Faker to try this champion out in the mid lane. When he does try it, I'll give you guys an update. I'm always looking for Faker to play a new champion for the first time. Always good content, because Faker just seems to know. Seems like he has an inside scoop on the champs. And yeah, at the moment, Briar in high elo is about a 47 to 48% win rate. I'm getting reports. The overall global win rate is 42% when you look at it, but it's like, it's... Number one, data sites are always wrong. They don't have the exact numbers. Riot have said above Masters, I think at high levels, it's 48. But the overall, because of the noobs and because of the first timers and stuff like that, like, if you play as champion 10 times and you're in high elo, people are starting to make... Oh, I just went wide. People are starting to make sense of the champion, understand how to win with it, the win cons, what to do, what not to do. It's still so early days. I still people see people building full lethality with this champ. And maybe that's... I mean, look, maybe this guy and the other challenger players are wrong with this bruiser setup, but I like the bruiser setup. As we will run through, I'm hoping we just get a 1v5 to end it. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any players or if you have any Briar builds or strategies that you think is better. I saw AP Briar for a second with the E. No, not happening. That's so cheesy. I'm not Professor Akali. I'm not going to clickbait it. I haven't checked in on Professor Akali's rank as of late in Korea, by the way. Would be pleasantly surprised to see him Grandmaster. I know Pobalt is in Korea right now. Sanchovis is also there. A lot of players just getting there. Yankos also. Let me know if you want to see a Yankos review. Yankos is such a handsome individual. I feel like if me and him were brothers growing up, we would be good brothers. Whilst if me and Baus grew up together, we would be very big enemies. We would have had issues. You know, there would have been... I would stole his Legos. You know, he would have cut my computer cords. Like, there would have been problems, bro. It's your turn. It's your turn to do the dishes. You know, it just would have been a little bit of that. And he do his little laugh. As ultimate comes across. Oop, goes wide again. Man, if you are on target with these R's, they're hard, right? It's an Ash arrow. They're hard to land. But if you're just on with this, it's so fun and game-changing. But don't get it twisted. You're not going to land all the R's. You need to know movement patterns, brain patterns. There's a lot of things that goes into cross-map plays other than just throwing it and hoping to God, you know? That's not what we do. We don't hope. We make our own luck in this world. As I'm excited for some of the world's content and tracking the pros coming up. To see how all our favorite players from the East, from the West, do. They're all going to be boot camping on the Korean server. So I expect players like, you know, you got Caps coming across. You'll have all of the North American greats. LPL greats as well. Ults. We're just not landing with these ultimates. I really want to see one of them land and look for the 1v5 play, but we're going to play proper macro here and split bot through. You get the bot lane tower, and then you just look to go all inhibs. Enemy team are trying to answer with an inhib of their own, but it doesn't really matter. You have triple inhibs. I mean, they might even go for base. Let's see. If you get triple inhibs, it's 87.3% likely that you're going to win the game. Did I just pull that stat out of my ass? I did. I did just make that up. We do have flash. I tried a couple of flash mechanics in the practice tool with this champion. I didn't find many cool flash mechanics with the champ. I don't know if I was playing it wrong as we get that stun. Point and click stuns will always be broken. Maybe I was playing it wrong. Oh my god. But luckily we have ultimate. Bang. Hits the ultimate. Comes through. Is it going to land? It does. Meow. Coming straight through. Looking to get on top of the Poppy. We do. We grab that kill for ourselves. We flash in. We get the Gwyneth. We are berserk and we are absolutely dominating as we get our 15th kill. Looking for the 16th. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it from me today. Give Briar a go. Let me know what you think. I think the champion is completely broken, but taking a little bit of tinkering to make it work. So until next time, catch us all later. See you in the next video. Good night.
Yo, shout.